Are you prepared? Are you really prepared to accept true, thorough rejection, an onslaught of it? No longer being accepted by Twitter, no longer being accepted by Facebook, being denied a promotion at work, your children not being invited to birthday parties. This has happened to me personally, right? There's nothing more painful in the world for a parent than to watch your child suffer such emotional and psychological heartbreak as rejection by their friends. And it's even worse if the rejection comes from their parents and not really the friends. And now with COVID-19 and children not being able to socialize with COVID-19, that makes the rejection much, much harder. And are we really ready for that kind of rejection on the conservative side? And I would contend that most of us are not. We are not prepared mentally. We're not prepared emotionally. We may have extra finances. Plenty of us have bought, dried food and stored it in the basements. We're prepared for an apocalypse of zombies, if you will. But we're not prepared for utter, thorough rejection and being shunned by society. And this is one of the reasons why we as conservatives keep losing these battles. You're like, why do we keep losing? We keep losing these battles because we're not really prepared for that rejection. We're not. We're still comfortable because we got Breitbart. We're still comfortable because we got Fox News, because we have OAN or Newsmax, right? But what happens when Comcast decides you can't see that anymore? Dish Network decides you can't see Newsmax anymore. You can't see Fox News anymore. There's already been a push to try to deplatform even Fox, right? Even Fox, who's gone more to the left. There's been a push to deplatform them. And I don't believe and I don't think we're really ready for true rejection, to give up our creature comforts, for that sacrifice. It could be argued that the sacrifices that are soon coming down the pipeline are even a little bit tougher to take than sacrificing your life. Because at least if you sacrifice your life, there's an end point. It's over. You're moving on. But sacrificing everything else, the connections, the entertainment, I don't know if we're ready for that. How many times does Nike have to offend us before we just stop buying their products? Right? How many times is social media? When I look at myself personally, Apple, right? Do you know how much money I've spent in the Apple ecosystem? I've got an Apple phone here. I've got an iPhone here. I'm recording this on an iMac now. At what point do I say enough is enough and I'm sacrificing being in this Apple ecosystem, which is wonderful because they just don't support me or my values? This is a question we all have to ask ourselves. At what point do you get away from the big banks and you go to credit unions because the banks don't want to support you? It's not about food in the basement. It's not about converting your cash to Bitcoin. It's about being mentally and emotionally ready for serious rejection, thorough rejection by society. And so as conservatives, what I tell people most recently that have been asking me, what's next? What do I do to prepare? How can I deal with this? I've been saying, stay spiritually connected. Whatever God you have, stay spiritually connected, right? Stay connected with your friends and family that accept you for who you are. Stay connected to them. Don't get lost in Hulu and Disney Plus and Netflix and Star Wars and Star Trek and all the wonderful things, even some of them I enjoy. Don't get lost there. Because pretty soon the writing in those sitcoms, pretty soon the executives on those platforms are going to make it clear to you that you are not welcomed. This is further than NFL. It's more than the NBA. It's going to be every facet of society. And so we better be ready because it's coming. Complete rejection. I didn't mean to make it such a downer topic, but it's sad. And I include myself. I include myself as much as I'm talking to you. If I was honest with myself right now, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. But I'm working on it, and I'm getting there. As long as they allow me on here, stay in touch with me, send me a direct message, and you can always contact me by email as well. Thank you so much. See you later.